Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 92 of MCEternal, where today I would like to make a quantum entangloper. This guy. Because this is wireless transfer of items, fluids, gases, most importantly, and energy. So most of the time, wireless transfer of some of those things is not a big deal, right? These days, with flux networks, you don't have to worry about power transfer. With ender chests and tanks, that usually covers our item wireless transfer needs. However, gases is kind of unique to mechanism. So if we're going to be wirelessly transferring our tritium and deuterium that we've been working on for the last couple episodes into the thingy with the stuff, the reactor, I feel like a quantum entangloper is kind of the way to go. So let's teach some things, shall we? Do you already know how to make refined obsidian ingots? You did. Okay, cool. Good. So then really it's just the teleportation core that I need you to know how to make, and then you should be good enough for quantum entanglopiations, which is a word I just made up, and it sounds cool. So can I get 2 of them? Sweet. Can I get 4 of them? Extra sweet. Nice. So all the craftings is happening, and that should kick it off. So last episode we got deuterium and tritium cooking, right? Pretty nicely too. We've got a hefty amount of deuterium over here. We've got a hefty amount of tritium. That's deuterium. That's tritium. Yes, I know the things that are what. And we got some DT fuel, which is also nice, but you know, not something we need to worry too much about. What I'm going to do is get some gold and make another whole rum, this thingy, whole rum, with 4 gold in the coal enricher. That's you. Coal enricher split off, do that. Whole rum done, split on. And that's sweet. And then we do that, and you fuel up your DT fuel. Nice, and our quantum entangloper ready? They are! So quantum entangloper are cool beans. What I'm gonna do, so this is our deuterium, right? So let's pop that dude there. So we're going to create a frequency. We're gonna call it deuterium, which I probably spelled wrong. Is that right? D-E-U-T-E-R. Wow, I'm so good. Set. Sweet. Deuterium. It's a public channel, so that way when I do the world downloads for you guys, you have access to it, right? And we will side config this, so you're not going to do anything with items, because that's what we're in right now. Fluids, don't need to do nothing. Gases, we will import from the right. And energy, we won't do anything with. And technically speaking, I don't need to do any of what I'm doing right now. You can even transfer heat wirelessly? That's magic. All right, so technically I didn't have to turn all that off. I just kind of like the idea of being secure with it. Sweet. Now you're going to be tritium, and you're going to go here, and you're going to be tritium. Check. Sweet. So you're that, and you're deuterium. That makes sense, right? Does that make sense? Frequency deuterium, frequency tritium. Cool. All right. And you, again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to close all the sides off, except we'll keep the right open for gases. Sweet. That seems cool. Easy enough. And as a reminder, this guy's side config is going to be the front will output. Oh, right. And we should leave the input on all sides because we want that gas coming in, don't we? So he's outputting to the front, and he is also outputting to the front with auto eject on for gases, right? And that looks groovy. So he's going to pump the deuterium into the wireless doohickey, and he's going to pump the tritium into the wireless doohickey, and that sounds cool. So now into our basement. All right, so now here, we're going to go to our ultimate gas tank of tritium. We're going to install this guy, and your sidedness will be everything off, right, except for gases, which will be outputting on the left, because that's where the tank is, right? Oh, and by the way, you can probably auto-eject on. All the things, right? And you're going to be tritium set, and that makes you fill up with tritium. See how he's full now? So we just wirelessly transferred gas. Beautiful. Loving it. Cool. And then same deal here, right? So your deuterium is not full, right? 508 out of 512. So a little bit of tritium has been used, but not much. And what we're going to do now is we're going to make sure that once we activate this reactor, we can say for sure whether we're producing more or less deuterium and tritium than the reactor is using, right? Because with this setup now, and you're going to be deuterium set, and you should be full. Perfect. Beautiful. Now we can go install our hull room. Boom. And we can set our injection rate should be 2. I don't know why that stopped being the case, but whatevers. Cool. Fuel injection rate is 2. Nice. So now we're going to activate this dude with our lever like we did at the end of last episode. He's got about 1 point something-ish in there. I let it run for a while and then came back and turned it off because frankly, we're not hurting for power. We're just not, you know, supreme on power, right? So 2.5 billion RF a tick is what we, or 2.5 billion RF is what we've currently got stored. Not a ridiculous amount by any stretch, but a lot. And you're ready to run, so let's activate the laser in 3, 2, 1. Fire in the hole! Nice. So hull room activated, right? Hull room gone. Heat is where? Going downish? Okay, cool. Now, I don't know how to like deal with this heat, but we've got a lot of RF happening, right? We are producing around 264. I don't know, like I guess if we wanted to change the injection rate, we could adjust how much heat's going to happen, right? Would that make sense? Right? I think that makes sense. And there's also a steam thing, which I don't think I've ever played with here, but you know, whatever. Let's go outside now and see what's going on with our deuterium and tritium. So if we look at our deuterium, we can see deuterium going up. That means we're producing more deuterium than we're using, because our deuterium is being used by the reactor right now, and that's good news. Now, how about tritium? How's tritium doing? Tritium is going down ever so slowly. Down ever so slowly is something I'm going to call a bad thing. So you're pretty maxed out on temperatures here, right, guys? So maybe we should make our evaporation towers taller, right? I feel like that's a good idea. So, because we're at 3.28K. So you're making, on average, you're doing 66.3, and you're doing 6.6 millibuckets per tick. And you're not having any backstuffing, and you're not having any backstuffing lithium. Well, to be fair, it is nighttime, and these are solar evaporation dudes. So maybe we should make it daytime and see if that helps. In terms of our tritium production, is there anything in this pack that could automatically make it day? Probably. That clock thingy that I've been using to make it night. But it uses this thing, which I don't know if I like the idea of. But now we've burned through all this stuff, and what did you do? So you do actually, so we're gaining tritium during the day at what I would call a decent rate, and we're losing tritium at night. I guess what we want to measure is, do we gain during the day faster than at night? And to me, it feels like yes. If we look back in the video a few minutes ago, it looks to me like we were losing very small amounts of tritium during nighttime. And to be fair, we're only doing 2 millibuckets per tick, right? That's what we've specified in the UI there, right? Yeah. So this guy's only using 2 millibuckets per tick. That's what the 2 of injection rate means, right? And the heat is cooling. So what if we bumped this number up to something like 4? Now we're doing 4 millibuckets per tick. Is heat going up? It is. Look at that. Aha. All right. I have no idea what happens if this overheats, and I'm a little curious. So, all right. Air-cooled, water-cooled, minimum injection rate. So air-cooled reactors, your minimum injection rate is 2. Your max plasma temp is 300 million Kelvin. Your ignition temp is 100 million Kelvin. And we are doing a net gain. We're gaining power at this point. So I'm curious to see at what point this thing stabilizes. So what if we change this to an injection rate of 3 millibuckets per tick? Is 3 not a thing we can do? Does it have to be 2 or 4? Okay, cool. So you're going to continue to heat up. You're heating up a little bit. Okay. That's cool beans. I want to make sure he doesn't get too hot, right? Because the statistics on this thing has max plasma temp 300 million, max casing temp 200 million, and our heat is currently at 200. Okay, so you're, yeah, getting there. You're getting there-ish. I don't know how to keep this thing cool. I don't know a lot about this reactor. But hey, we're at 350 million RF a tick, or 350,000 RF a tick, not million. Still a lot of RF. It's a good time. And with the injection rate of 4, we still have a net gain on tritium, and we still have a net gain on deuterium. So I'm going to call that pretty cool. Especially if you factor in the point that, basically speaking, this is being run entirely off water. Right? Like, the tritium comes from water, and the deuterium comes from water, which is infinite in Minecraft. So, I'm just saying, that's some pretty powerful power. So, are you stabilizing somewhere in here? You seem to be slowing down, but I can't tell for sure. And I'm suspecting this might melt down at some point. And I'm also hearing a little bit of a jingling. Which, look, I appreciate the jingles, but maybe we stop the jingles for a minute. Thanks, kiddo. That's just the tops. So let's look at getting a chest here. Cool. I like the jingles. We're just gonna hold off on the jingles. Cool. All right. How's our temperature looking? It's still growing. I'd like to see it stabilize. All right, guys. So it looks to me like we're stabilizing around 300 million, right? And I feel like the statistics changed when I did the thing. So let's change this to 6 millibuckets per tick. And now is the heat going up a lot higher now? Ah, so your max plasma temp is going to be 450, and your max casing temp is going to be 300. So it's interesting that the min injection rate doesn't change here, but basically these attributes, these numbers change as you tweak the injection rate. And that just changes the amount of fuel being injected every tick. So that's 6 millibuckets per tick. So as long as we're producing more than 6 millibuckets, that's cool. I don't know if this thing's gonna melt down. I don't know if there's an upper limit, and I don't know if there's a way to cool it. I wanna say that the answer to all those things is no, but I also wanna say I'm not 100% sure. But from the reading that I've done on some of the wikis, it looks like there's no real upper limit, and there's no problem with, you know, letting things just run out of control. Now, we definitely have a net gain still, and we're producing way more than 6 millibuckets per tick. Like, I don't know how much deuterium and tritium we're doing, but it's way more than 6, right? Like, I don't even think, like, if we turned that reactor off, we'd notice a difference. So that's a thing. But hey, we're producing a lot of power. This thing is, I mean, I don't want to say OP, but it's a little bit OP. Because I think we can make that number whatever we want, frankly. Like, we could bump it up to 10. I don't think there's any limit. And we might play with that a little bit. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is this thing's going to stabilize at 450, and it'll just sit there, producing all the powers. And that's cool. And we've got a lot of RF coming in at this point, right? So you're doing what? You've got storing 500,000, right? So he's basically dumping it all, right? You're transferring 547,000. You're receiving presumably a similar amount, and your income is 566,000 RF a tick. How cool is that? So relatively easy to set up, to be fair. Now I'm stopping this for a minute because I want to insert a couple more ultimate induction cells, which will allow us to hold even more RF. So now we have a limit of 819 billion RF. Sweet. All right, let's let this thing run for a few minutes and just see what happens. All right, guys, so real quick, I'm just, side note, upgrading my backpack. Because my backpack is full. I've got a lot of junk in there, but not anymore. So anyway, been letting this thing run for a little bit. He's nice and balanced his heat right around that 450 million Kelvin mark with the plasma in the case. No explosions, no problems, everything seems fine. I feel like I could probably totally ramp this up even further. Because we're at 600,000 RF at this point, which to me feels like a lot of RF. 600,000, not bad for what is effectively water. And, you know, over here, if I'm taking a look at my tritium, even at night, we seem to be doing okay. You know, I think is happening is we have this, like, buffer inside these gas tubes here. So I'll be interested to see, but, like, so far, we're we're mostly through the night, and the gas tubes still have enough gas in them. We haven't even started putting a dent in this ultimate gas tank, so I feel like we're doing pretty fine in terms of stuff. Yeah, all right. I mean, we could totally ramp this up too if we wanted to, right? I mean, if we really wanted to go crazy, we could go like, I don't even know how much I'm producing at the moment, but I feel like, you know, we're feeding 6 in there, and it's producing a lot of power, and that's not even a dent in the amount of deuterium I'm producing, right? Or tritium, for that matter. So what I could do is bump that up even further. You know, like, what if we made it like, I don't know, 20? Is that shenanigans? Probably. I'm just curious what happens. I don't know. Max plasma temp 1.5 GK. Gigakelvin? I don't know. We're rapidly producing more RF a tick. We're in the millions. And at this point, you know, see, look, the gas is draining out there. Oh, hello, sir. No, 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 no. Stop throwing things at me. Wow, 50 damage arrow. One shot that troll. Loving it. All right, so now tritium's running down, right? How's deuterium doing? Deuterium, we're still producing more, right? But now the question is, during the day, will I produce enough tritium? So let's sleep through the night and just see. Just curious at this point. Just curious. Don't mind me. A little bit of experimenting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, we are well and truly plenty of tritium at this point. Well, to be fair, we are burning down, right? So, though this one's going up. And this one's going up. So these two are plus, this one's minus, but I think that's a net gain, right? Is what we're talking about. Yeah. And if I needed to, I could, you know, make this thing a little bit taller to produce more brine and whatnot, because it's really the lithium that we're not producing enough of. It's not that we can't keep up tritium-wise. We are burning lithium faster than we're producing it. Still, net gain on tritium. Good times. Yeah, I don't know if there's a limit to how much you can pump in there. I think it's really just, you know, as much as you want to pump in at any given time. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, as a reminder, our max plasma temp will be 1.5. Max casing temp will be 1. So we're getting close to that number. And we're still climbing. Wow, we're almost at 2 million RF a tick. There's some stupid numbers in this mod. That's a lot of RF a tick for what is effectively not a hard build. Like, if you really look at what went into the effort of producing deuterium and tritium, like look at the actual effort put into this. This was not that bad to set up. And it runs off water. And it just runs forever. And yeah. I'm gonna call that a win. As long as we're good on the tritium production here, which we may not be, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. We actually might be burning tritium faster. Yeah, see both of these being empty now? Yeah, we are burning tritium faster than we're producing it. So if we wanted to go that high, we could build these towers taller. I think I'm gonna scale it down back to 10 maybe. 10 might be cool. But we can adjust the input rate as much as we want. And like I said, I don't think there's any kind of explosion chance. So my understanding is that there's no real risk of big boom. All right, so now we are net gain on tritium. See how that's going up? That's empty and that's empty, but this one going up means that we're good. Cool. So now I'm just wondering, can I turn this bad boy on? Because we're at 1 million RF a tick here, right? I feel like it was a dense cable I had, wasn't it? That we wanted to connect to this guy. Just, are you, wow. Disable limit. 33,000 RF a tick. What's the limit on this guy's transfer statistics? Output, 13 million RF a tick you could output, right? So you could totally do more than this. So why you no want to accept? Right, your limit's off. You know what we should do? We should do some dense batteries. I feel like that would be a cool idea. And see if that helps. It might. It might. I don't know for sure, but I feel like it might. So if we got like, I don't know, a handful of dense batteries, that could be cool. How about 6? Seems like a reasonable number. I don't see why not. And we might want an energy acceptor. Because I don't know if there's like a difference or anything, but what we could totally do, and remember these things are not going to use data channels, so I should in theory be able to put them anywhere I want on the network, and it shouldn't be a problem. But what I'm thinking is we could stick these somewhere. It super doesn't matter where. And, you know, where would be a good place? I say it doesn't matter where, but at the same time, I'm like, where would be a good place? I don't know. That's a good question. Let's just stick the energy acceptor. I kind of wouldn't mind moving you, but I also don't want to have to move you. And while you're at it, more cables, please. Cables, please. Always need more cables. Because I'm planning for something in the future. I want to make sure wireless is something I can do, right? That would be cool to me. So if I remove, well, I don't want to remove you yet. Let's do this. Let's swap them. I'm going to stick you here. So currently you're doing about 800-ish RF a tick. And that should now be transferred over to here. And we did not lose our network power at all. Beautiful. And now we can set up, you know, kind of however we want. I might want to do this here, actually. Yeah, let's put that there. And then I'm going to put, like, around here, the dense energy cells. So how's that crafting coming along? Yeah, we're getting there. Crafting charged Certus quartz. Wow, your other thing taking so long? Yeah, I can see that taking a while. Because charged does what? Why is charged Certus quartz even happening? Oh, wait, it's in this guy, right? Yeah, you could use some boosting, right? Let's get those guys upgraded. So one of you. And one of you would be cool. And a couple augments. Nice. You guys got a little work going on. I feel... Okay, good. No, you're cool. You're cool. I was like, hey, wait a minute. How come there's buckets in here and no items? Making me nervous. Making me nervous, automation system. I got a lot of things crafting, don't I? Alright, so that's going a little bit quicker now. He can still be a little bit faster than that, even. Can't you go into an enrichment chamber or something? Charged. Energetic infuser. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's no mechanism way to make it. You can take existing charged Certus quartz, right? So if you have the charged Certus quartz itself, you could, you know, enrichment chamber it, but that don't help nobody. So, oh well, life goes on. How's my dense? And we got 6. I'll call that a win. So did you fill up already? Holy cow, you did. Contains 3.2 million RF. Yeah. So now, I'm thinking with those batteries there, we should be able to connect this guy. And really, though? Oh, well, hey, hold on. Nobody panic, but I think he started working. Look at that, 1 million RF a tick. That's a lot of RF. Really? Is that what you're using? 1 million RF a tick to power that wireless connector, dude. Like, really? Network dude. Is that really what you're using? Man, that is shenanigans. That is a lot of RF a tick. I was excited about producing 1 million RF a tick over here, and yeah. Yeah, he's actually producing just under 1 million RF a tick. Right, because I dropped him down to 10. That's right. With a rate of 10, he's producing right around 1 million RF a tick. And that's enough for my one wireless connector over to my Thaumcraft area. Oh my goodness, that's ridiculous. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of power for this one connector. But having wireless over there is cool. Now, don't think I've forgotten about the whole thingy, right? The wormhole thingy. We could try looking into doing one of them, because those are cool to make. And I think we could pull that off, right? Is that something we could do? Right? Because we want a quantum singularity do thingy, right? And that goes into the chamber things. What are those things called? You know, it's funny, I always use the AE2 stuff one, but AE2 stuffs is just so expensive in this pack for whatever reason. Like ME quantum ring, ME quantum link chamber, right? How much arithmetic would that be? Probably far less, right? Now, a singularity is made in a matter condenser with a 64K storage component, so we'd have to, like, dump a stupid amount of resources into this thing. Well, that shouldn't be so bad, right? I think we could pull that off, right, matter condenser? Yeah, and then we combine you with, like, TNT or something, right? Like, we had to explode it, and then you get the linked quantum and singularity thingies. Yeah. To create, drop one singularity and one ender dust and cause an explosion within range. Right. Alright, so let's get the thing we need. I want to kick this off before we wrap up the episode here. A matter condenser. Right. I forget, does this thing need power? Not that it matters. We'll figure it out one way or another. Let's pop you here. Does that seem like a... Yeah, see, he doesn't even connect, so he don't need even power, right? 64K storage component shouldn't be a problem. We can autocraft that. And then we basically put this guy into condense into singularity nodes. So we need 256,000 of any item. I mean, obviously cobblestone comes to mind. Now, doesn't nuclear craft have like a really fast cobblestone generator? Produces 128 cobblestone per second. That ain't that fast, right? And did we say, was translocators in this pack? No translocators in this pack. Womp womp. Translocators is always so good for this, though. What would be like a super fast way to produce? I mean, we could do that. That cobblestone gen thing. What would be involved in making you? So that many, and oh, use lava and water buckets. Those are just annoying to automate. You know what I mean? They're just annoying to automate. Super annoying to automate. Yeah, no, I get that that's an option, fluid infuser with water. Let me think. Is this guy still pretty fast? I think it's been forever since we've done this, right? Like, let's look into this guy. Do I even have resonator? Yeah, we do have a resonator. I mean, it's a thing, right? We can do that. I'm just curious, like, how fast I can do this, right? Like, how fast can we possibly fill this thing in a fun and interesting way? Extra utilities. We're going to want speed upgrades too, right? Yeah, it's definitely a thing we're going to want. And we want 4 of them, I think, is the max that you can get. This max upgrade is 4, right? You can get better ones, right? And I don't know that you're going to be able to have more than one of these. I legitimately don't know the answer to that, but we're going to find out. Right? I'm going to 2 of them. I'll even get the stack upgrade just for giggles. I don't know. And then what we're going to want is the transfer node, right? With the pipes. Man, when was the last time we used these things, huh? It feels like forever ago. And let's do a drawer. Right? That seems like fun. And then we want a couple buckets, 1 of water and 1 of lava. Yes. And you come with me for a minute, buddy. Just spitballing ideas here. Just, you know, playing with some fun. I'm just gonna stick this forever for now. Back here seems like a good time. This has kind of been my, you know, miscellaneous random auto crafting area, so why not carry on with that tradition thus far? So what we're gonna want is a cobblestone in the middle, lava, water, and then you with a pipe, and for now a drawer, but in a minute it's gonna be more than a drawer. All right, so I put this in there, and he's gonna start mining cobble. Okay, slowly but surely. Now, can I put another one in there? Is that making a difference? I can't tell. It doesn't seem to be, right? It says max upgrades 1, but it totally accepted another one, so I'm thinking it doesn't make a difference. Now, what if I throw a stack upgrade in there? I assume that also does nothing. Correct. Okay. Didn't think that would do anything, but now if I throw a speed upgrade in there, that's faster. Now, if we want to make that even faster, we can totally do something beyond that, right? So let's remove you for now. But because we know speed upgrades work, right, what we can do is plan to do that next episode. So where's my 64K dude? There you are. Put you in this mode, ME condenser, that, and you should be cooking. Yay, stored energy, nice. So it's very slow for now, but yeah, we can make that faster. Let's wrap up the episode here, and we'll come back next time, and what we'll do is we'll work towards, and I hope it's fast enough, but I think if I get these upgrades, like 64 ultimate speed upgrades, should be pretty cool. However, we're going to need to use a lot of drops of evil and a lot of evil infused ingots, which I have to remember how to make. I think it's something drop in lava. No, it's nether stars. Not terrible, though. We're going to need a lot of them, though. I'm going to need a lot of them if I want 64. And you guys are magical apples and enchanted ingots, which also expensive. Enchanter with golden lapis. Really? That's the recipe? That seems like a terrible recipe. Oh, enchanter, apples, and lapis. All right, that's a better recipe. All right, let's do that next episode. What do you say? We'll play with the enchanter and a few other extra utilities gadgets. For now, Del20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. We'll get those things built, and we'll see how the power drain compares. For now, because I'm definitely not using my Thaumcraft area at the moment, I'm not going to waste 1,000,000 RF a tick. So we're gonna turn that off, and you're now outputting 0 RF? That can't be accurate. You literally can't be outputting 0 RF. Like, that's just not possible. You're not outputting 0 RF. Stop lying. There you go. That's better. That's a more realistic number, thank you. There's no way that was true. All right. Del20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time, and we'll play a little bit with... see how fast we can make that cobble gem? Yeah? And then some other things? All right, guys. Take it easy.